DMV. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z. PTP. PTP. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, do we have a show for you this evening. I'm excited. I got some powerful ladies in the house today. So y'all need to y'all should start calling people now and tell them y'all got to join us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday is date night. Y'all already know. You know how I do. It's peace and blessings to everybody. It's people to people. Your host, Rodney Grimes. I am so excited to be here. First of all, I always give honor to God before I do anything. So I just want to thank God again for this day and for everybody that's joining in. All of you remember, this is not about me. This is not about you, but it's all about us. So we know that this is the People Podcast. And this is about bringing you positive information. And these ladies that I got in here, these are powerful ladies with some information they're going to be sharing about things they're doing, how they got where they are, and how we going to make millions of dollars together.
It is.
Hey, but welcome, ladies. Welcome to everybody. I'm just so happy to have y'all in the studio. And I just want to do a shout out to everybody out there that's, just moving around. And I'm going to, I got to start with Dr. Conti. So I just want you to kind of set the tone and then we can go around and y'all can introduce yourselves, okay?
Yes.
So how's everything with you, Dr. Conti?
First of all, Rod, I want to thank you for having us on the show. I'm just blessed to be here with my sorority sisters. I'm doing good things out in the community as well with my sisters here. So I got my doctorate last year from GIA. So my full name is Dr. Angela Conti.
That's right. And I love it.
And, I'm affiliated with several organizations. Right now I'm the AARP state license from the state of Virginia. I'm also the president of the Rotary Club, the president-elect of the Rotary Club of 7610 District, as well as just got elected to oversee our Interact programs that we have. And we have 52 clubs. And right now, I have actually reached the 29th Interact Club in Northern Virginia.
Oh, man. So that's, we got to give you an applause, man. I'm so excited. Again, first of all, I'm not going to let people go without knowing that I know you personally. So that is just a good thing for me that I had the opportunity to grow up with you. And I'm so proud of you. And I told you that the other day.
Yes, you did.
I'm just, what you've been doing has set the tone for many of us. And so I just wanted to tell you to keep doing what you're doing because it's a lot of us paying attention. So thank you for what you've been doing.
Thank you, Rodney. I crossed over to be Sigma Phi Psi in June of this year. And right now I am the chair of the fundraising and all the event planning. So we'll go into that later.
Okay.
So I'm just honored to be one of the sororities. Red, white, and blue.
Hey, so when the young lady sitting next to you, introduce yourself.
My name is Dr. Ruby Johnson. I am currently in the Nationals chapter, but I'm also part of Beta Epsilon chapter as well. And in the National chapter, I serve as the treasurer in the chapter. And I joined Sigma Phi Psi in 2019. I'm an army of one. When I came on board, it was just me at the time, but I was so excited to be a part of a military sorority that joins sisters together. And you have sisters in each state. Everywhere you go, you have sisters. So that was so important to me because I didn't even know that we had a military sorority because one of my friends was stationed in Alaska. She called me and she said, you ever thought about joining the military sorority? I said, I didn't know we had a military sorority. And so when she told me about it, gave me all the information. And from there, it's been nothing but up, So when I came to this area and got with Beta Epsilon, it was like I already knew the sisters because of the connection that the military had with soldiers.
That's amazing.
So I'm just like, wow. So I hit the ground running and was ready to go to work.
I know that's right. And how about you, young lady?
My name is Dr. Elisa M. Reynolds, I'm sorry. I joined Beta Epsilon. Actually, I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary. We crossed over last October. I too didn't know about any military sororities, and a friend of Ruby's invited me like 30 minutes before they were having a meet and greet. And I have to say that, the ladies that were in the chapter at that time, I felt some type of warmth with them. I felt some type of connection. I'm honored to be a part of Sigma Phi Psi because it does join all of our military together, and it brings back a connection. And, we're still growing, but we're coming, and we're coming strong. And that's, honored to be here today to be able to talk about our sorority. In the sorority, I'm a member. But I'm also chair of our membership committee, which is bringing on new sorors. So we do a lot of recruiting events that we'll talk about later. I'm also a part of, and I'm really honored about this, our policies and procedures committee. I'm the chair of that. And as I said, we're trying to build, and I think we're doing great things. So I'm just honored to be here with my sorors. And we started. We have challenges as any sorority does, but we're coming strong, and I'm just so proud of what we're doing and
That
where
is-
we're going.
That's amazing. And this young lady just sitting to my right here.
Hello, I am Dr. Kalia Jackson. I'm actually one of the founders of the Beta Epsilon chapter for Washington, D.C.,
Yep.
as well as the chair for the board of directors for our national Sigma Phi Psi. So I've been in the longest. I've been in since 2008, and I've been around to just watch our organization grow. And I just have so much investment in this organization. I'm so happy that these ladies joined us. It means the world to me to continue to see us just to move forward.
That's amazing. And then the young lady next to you.
Yes, I am Dr. Belinda Hemby, and I have been in same amount of time as Ruby. I too did not know that there was a military sorority. I served my area when I was a teenager. I always volunteered, and I joined the military. And then when I heard about this, I was like, this is my opportunity to go back out and continue to serve my community because I helped my kids. I volunteered at their schools. So then I had to do something, for myself. And then being the only daughter, I needed some sisters. So this was my opportunity to gain a whole lot of sisters. And I'm the treasurer of Beta Epsilon.
So this is amazing. First of all, I want to tell y'all first, thank you for your service. A former Marine, so I'm just honored to be sitting here, and this is just amazing. The other thing is that to see women who've been carrying the weight for so long still carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I again salute you and give you nothing but the utmost respect. So if anyone can jump in, you can tell me, how did this actually get started? What's the sole purpose of it?
Of Sigma Phi Psi?
Yes.
Well, it got started in 2000, and the sole purpose was to ensure that every sister had a sister to turn to, no matter where they were. We deploy, we're overseas, we live in different areas, we move to different areas.
Mm-hmm.
But if you move to that area and you have somebody immediately that you already know because they're your sister, it gives you that much more comfort. And so that was the reason for us doing it. Just camaraderie, just like duplicating what the military already provides.
Man, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that some of the brothers out there, military brothers, y'all catching on because but we do. We do. The Marines, we definitely get together.
Right.
But I just feel this strength among you ladies that's amazing. And so this is all over the United States.
Yes.
Yes.
And how hard is it to get? Do you have to be military to get in?
Yes.
Yes.
Either active duty or veteran.
And it
But you
doesn't.
have to have served.
This is. So say if they in the military in China, or I'm just being open.
Mm-hmm.
They military females. They could call you and say,
Yep.
we want to be a part of it.
Yes, they
If
can.
So
they're
that
part
would-
of the United States military.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
They can
Yeah.
be in China deployed,
Stationed.
Right.
Yeah.
stationed
Okay.
there,
Right.
but they have to be a part of the United States Armed Forces, but all branches.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
then to go a little deeper, like you're asking about membership. So if they're in China and we don't have a chapter in China, that's our opportunity we can bring them on. They can still join, and then we would open up a chapter there, help them grow a chapter, because that is our sole purpose, to be not just in the United States, as Kalia said, to have a sister everywhere.
Mhm.
So we,
that's powerful.
we're trying to go worldwide. In fact, and if my sisters agree, we're trying to emulate, the divine nine, what they have. Everywhere they go, they have someone. And that's what we want to have, because sometimes a lot of people get out of the military and they're lost. They don't know how to get out and navigate their way in the world. And that's what we want for our sisters. That's what we want for our sorors, for them. As Clea said, you go somewhere and you don't know anybody. If you know you got a sister right there, then it gives you a sense of home.
Mhm.
You know, one of the things that I realized coming out of the military and coming home, I joined when I was 17. I was gone, first time being away from home, went overseas, got in some situations, actually got hurt and some other things. When I came back, I had a lot of issues. I didn't have anybody to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that y'all have this is amazing. And I wish that we had somebody to be able to lean on.
Yep.
So
Yep.
again, I applaud you for what y'all doing. This is powerful. This shouldn't be taken lightly.
Thank
What
you.
you're going. Go
But
ahead.
Rodney, there are male military sororities.
Fraternities.
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 Fraternities. There are male fraternities if you're a veteran.
So I guess when I came home, 1986, it just for some reason I don't know. I didn't have nobody reach out to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I was tripping, and
Yeah.
when I say tripping, I was, you already know, being in the military,
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
go through
Yep.
the boot camp and everything.
And Marines go through.
Oh, you
some
don't
stuff.
even know, sister.
You go through. Some...
I'm trying to tell you, and as even still, I'm under doing certain things as Dr. Conti been helping me different areas. But this is not about me. I'm just talking about what y'all doing.
Challenges.
Y'all are helping people and giving people the opportunity to say, hey, I need somebody to talk to. I need some help. So that's really, really powerful. So at this point right now, do y'all go to the schools? What are some of the objectives that y'all have as an organization? Where are y'all targets?
We pride ourselves on community service. So we do all types of community service, but the main audiences that we cater to is the homeless and veterans.
Yeah.
Not necessarily homeless veterans, but all homeless persons and veterans.
Okay, so you don't have to be a veteran to be, if you're homeless, to get assistance from you.
Yes, we go every year. We actually go out into DC in the city. We put bags together with food, toiletries, whatever we can come up with, and we pass them out to certain areas in the homeless. Of course, we can't reach everybody, but we do try to reach as many as we can.
What I would like to do is also, and before this is over, or I can get it to you, Dr. Conti. We have a young lady who we network with. It's called STET. DC.
Okay.
She provides food at a level that's unbelievable.
Okay.
We definitely appreciate that.
So you definitely want to get in touch with her. Her name is Tanya Whitaker.
Okay.
And she's an amazing lady, doing some amazing things. And I guarantee you that once y'all connect, y'all going to see it was God's.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a blessing.
We definitely appreciate that. Yes.
So I'll make sure that before y'all leave, we'll make sure you be able to get in contact. All you got to do is call her. Say PTP, people to people, power to power, positive people. And she can be like, yes, let's get it in. Let's get it in.
And he sent us here.
You already know. That's it. So just as overall, I mean, so do you find this to be something that's mentally satisfying? Because what we deal with, that mental stress, what we call it, they call it mental illness in some cases.
Post-traumatic stress.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Rodney, for myself, now I actually was looking for a sisterhood. Mm-hmm. So I did run into, when I met Ruby, and I was telling her, I was wanting to get more involved with a sorority, and that's how I came to hear these sisters. Mm-hmm. So now I have a family outside of what I don't have. When I want to pick up the phone, I know there's somebody I can call. Mm-hmm. And I feel kind of relieved about that, because I do have post-traumatic stress. Mm-hmm. And it kind of relieves me to relieved to know that I can call someone outside of my normal, group.
Yeah.
So I do feel relieved. and it's nice. And I have got connected to and bonded to a lot of my sisters, and they know.
So you know what's so when, you know, let's loosen up because we
Yeah.
want to talk about
Okay,
some
we're
stuff
gonna
that
loosen
people
up.
really dealing with. A lot of people don't take it serious about, even with the women in the military, that y'all go through just as much as the men,
Yes, we do.
and sometimes a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So just on that alone, how do y'all deal with that when you run into the individuals who calling in saying, you know, that I'm having these issues? And then I know one question I want to ask real quick too as well. What about the active military individuals? Are y'all available for them if if they're still in the military?
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
still in the military. I
She's
came,
still in.
when I got here, I just changed out of my uniform before I walked in here.
Mhm.
She
So
sure did.
I am a operations sergeant major, but I'm not a sergeant major yet. I'm a master sergeant. And
Ooh,
That's what we was waiting for. She was changing her clothes
I
in
have
the car.
been in for 23 years, and it has been a blessing. But like you said, women have to navigate their way through because you have to overprove yourself,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You have to show I'm competent. I deserve it just as much as you,
Mhm.
and then you get it. But you know, sometimes males will automatically get a position because they, you know, completed their prerequisites,
That's it.
right?
Yeah.
And the woman has to step up and say, I completed all my stuff and I know what I'm doing, and let me show you how.
And
Right.
then
That's
prove
right.
it, and then you got to prove it.
and
You
and
gotta
not
prove it.
and not just because you got some cannons on you.
No,
you know,
you got to prove it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can only imagine. Again, you know, me being a former Marine, seeing what we went through, and I saw some military females, and I realized that some cases, and a lot of my military friends, as time went on, the women, they really had it rough sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Well,
see a lot of that at the
yeah.
Pentagon too, because I currently work as a civilian at the Pentagon, but for the Army. And I see a lot of women there. Again, they don't know about the military sorority. You know, if I wear my jacket or my shirt or something to work and they're asking questions, say, hey, I didn't know it was a military sorority. Or if they do know, they think, oh, is this the part of the keys or something else? And no, this is the first
Mhm.
military sorority.
First.
Oh
The
man,
Yes.
very
We're
first
first.
military
Number
sorority.
one.
Red, white,
Yes.
blue.
There we
come
go.
on,
Yes.
yeah,
So it's the
that's
first one.
powerful.
Yeah.
Again, it's just it's something that you got to keep people aware of. I will consistently stay in contact with Dr. Conti just to let her know that I want to always put the information out. Even while we still got time on the air, I want y'all to know this y'all home too.
Yes, right.
So anytime that y'all want to come on and talk about something, you got to know something's going on, you can call. I don't care who's in here. Call on the phone and say, Rodney, yo, this is the sorority. We call it, boom, boom, boom. We want to just put a tap. You know, feel free to do so.
Okay.
But I'm just really excited and impressed with what y'all doing. And this young lady over here who's being real quiet.
Yes,
yo,
she's very quiet.
come on down. You got to talk to me. So, I mean, when you saying you was just you was looking for the sisters, right?
Yes.
Now, do you feel like y'all better watch out before I call the crew in?
Well, honestly, that's my little sister, and
That's
that's
my
my
big
little
sister.
sister.
Mhm.
So when they were crossing, well, there's a story behind hers.
Yes.
But I guided them like through the process,
Mm-hmm.
and then like if they needed anything, any questions, like she was feeling ill, I would check on her.
Mhm.
I was her sister from the beginning, like her big sister. So they're my little sisters
Okay,
in the whole process.
Yes.
so every now and then you got to say
Absolutely.
They don't have to do it so much with me. Now they don't have to do it so much
You
with
know,
me.
it's always one you got to keep your eye on all the time, right?
And she the
Always.
one. She
Yes.
the one. But you know what? Actually, they gave me a beautiful, and I was so honored over my line name.
Mhm.
My line name is Gamara.
Okay, that's
My
powerful.
little sisters and my big sisters
Sisters.
gave me that name,
Mhm.
and it's spelled Gamora.
Okay,
And G is for godly, A is for amazing, and M is for marvelous, and O is for obedient.
yeah,
I am obedient.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Look.
And the other R stands for reliable, which I can be reliable for.
Yes, you are.
So,
And the last one for is the last A, and that is anointed.
Okay.
That's what my sisters gave me, and I was so honored when they gave it to me. I almost cried. I said,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, honor, and I can vouch for that as well. You know, like I said, I've known her pretty much all my life. You're an amazing woman.
Thank you, Rodney.
I don't want to just target her, but I'm just so proud of her. You know, and we been in situations where we are and looking at women of your stature.
Mhm.
This is amazing, and for all the individuals that's out there, I'm telling y'all, this is what's up. You got to pay attention to these queens because when they doing what they doing, this is makes a difference for all of you out there that need somebody. And if you're in the military or you just got out the military, somebody give them a number that they can call.
I can give them mine because
Give it-
I'm the membership. It's a 240-338-1269, and I'm Elisa Reynolds.
Say it one more time.
Doctor.
I'm sorry, Dr. Elisa M. Reynolds. My number again is 240-338-1269.
And Lazy, did you get that? Okay. And what she does, so a lot of the stuff we like to post it so that as people go back,
Okay.
let the audience know that you'll be able to go back and see this on Roku TV in a few more days, and you can be able to watch it 7 days a week.
Okay.
And I got one thing too. While I was sitting here just thinking about our camaraderie and us just being together as sisters, right? And what I like about it is the information that we share with one another. And this may be small to some people, but it was big to me that we all got to graduate in June of this year.
Mhm.
We graduated our whole sorority doctors this year in Atlanta.
Oh, yes.
So that was big to me.
Yes.
Whoa,
That
yes.
was really big because we shared the information. We all, was eager to do that, and it just was like that was really big.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's again. Y'all should just be so proud of yourself. That's the other thing that I sit and I get really excited about where we are today. You know, we talk about the advancement of us as a people in this country. Okay, but look at your ladies. Y'all not miss. You're doctor.
Doctors.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm talking. People got to realize y'all not out here giving people aspirins and things
No,
that
right.
y'all giving people support. You giving them
Support.
knowledge, and y'all coming into because some people don't understand the doctorate that you receive. But as again, listening to what y'all have accomplished, I understand why, and it's just amazing.
And we have more sorors that's going to go through the same process, and then next year
They'll
they'll
be-
also become doctors.
Yeah, and shout out, did they get that through Dr. Tiny?
Thank you, Dr. Tyson Lynch.
Yeah.
Come on now, you already know. Shout out, baby.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dr. Tyson
Tyson
Lynch.
Yes. Yeah, because again, I'm just honored. I this is amazing. I'm sitting here, y'all don't even know. Y'all got me nervous. I ain't never been.
But to speak to something that you said, we do not just the the community service and pour back into our communities, but we also pour back into each other.
Yes.
Because as my big sister said, there is a story behind how she became my big sister. She wasn't my big sister initially, but I was ill this year, and I got calls from all of my sisters. I mean, everybody checked on me, but Belinda and Ruby, they reached out. They asked, "How are you doing? Do you need anything?" There were events that I missed, and my sorors were there. They were checking on me, and those who so we all know each other, but some people better than
Yeah.
others.
Right.
And those that know me, they know I'm stubborn. They know I'm gonna ask for help.
Yeah.
And so they forced me to let just a little bit of my shell down to say, "Hey, I'm okay, but yeah, I do need help with this." And it's
That's amazing.
warm, and it's a warm feeling. I was looking to, I'm looking at retirement. I was looking for something to give back to the community. So this came at a perfect time in my life. I just feel blessed that the bonus is that I got some sisters.
So let me ask you this. We talking about all of us military, right? When we come home, we go to a different process, and we kind of try to fit back in. Now, knowing that y'all have this, but it's a lot of people out there that's dealing with that. I don't feel normal anymore. How do y'all deal with that?
Well, Rodney, actually, you don't actually get over it because I did 4 tours.
Hold your
Okay.
thought for a minute. Hello, caller. State your name and where you calling from.
How you doing, Mr. Grimes? This is hip hop artist Get Cat tuning in. I just want to say hello. How you doing, lady?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm calling. Sitting here watching and listening to y'all, and I'm loving what I'm hearing. So I just had a question. So for what you ladies do, have y'all ever thought about touching bases with the college sororities of the younger ladies?
Yes.
Yes, that is one of our goals.
The same path as y'all.
Yes, that's one of our goals, to bring our sorority to the campuses and be and have you know freshmen, sophomore, juniors join our sorority and take that with them. Because one of the benefits, because you're still in college, you got to think about college life and what they're looking for. That's a lot of them are still going to want to pledge one of the Divine Nine. One of the benefits for them is that they can be in a military sorority as well as pledge a Divine Nine. So that's another thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to forge partnerships with the Divine Nine, as well as we mentioned earlier, there are military fraternities. So we're trying to forge connections and alliances everywhere.
All right, sounds amazing. That was the main question I wanted to know. But thank you, ladies. The interview was amazing.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
It means
you.
a lot.
Thank you, Skitty Scat.
We
And
appreciate
you know
your
we got to
call.
get you in the studio, sir.
Oh, I definitely will be back. You just let me know and I'll be there.
My man, much respect.
Yes, sir.
So that was a good question.
Yes,
It was.
Actually, so y'all go to the colleges, you let them know. You know what I wanted to know, and I'm glad he said that. So the girls that wear the little college, I mean not the college, but the uniforms in high school and stuff like that.
ROTC.
ROTC.
So that's the audience that
We're
we're
targeting.
targeting on the campuses. Is
Yes.
ROTC program.
Okay.
Because they're on their way to going into the military,
Mhm.
right?
Oh my
And they'll be
goodness.
military members. Instead of waiting until they're older or veterans, we can
Mhm.
catch them in the very beginning,
And get
it's
them
going to help us
prepared.
spread
Right.
far and
Yep.
wide.
Y'all, you know that's a lot of the problems with many of us going in the military. We don't have anybody to educate us
That's
prior to
right.
going in.
Mhm.
Y'all, do you know what y'all getting ready to do?
And
I
Rodney,
was-
we actually just reached out and made connection to someone to actually get us involved with the ROTC, the ROTC, NROTC, this weekend.
I actually was in
I'm looking
ROTC.
forward to that.
I did Green to Gold at Howard, and I was
okay.
in ROTC, and came out on the other side. And of course, I was one of the oldest, so watching these kids, we would be out there, in the field and doing stuff, and they'd be, doing land navigation. They're on their phones, chatting. So there is, there's an opportunity for us to get into ROTC and teach them what the military is really about, what you're getting ready to do, because you're getting ready to cross over, be a second lieutenant. You're going to be commanding people.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to lead these people. And I'll admit I was very disgusted, but I feel a teacher. So I would take the time to teach them that the military is not a joke. What you're doing here is just a tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
And those who were willing to listen, they came out and they became good officers.
So
Wow, that's good.
I'm
That's
thinking
Mhm.
in reference to you, because you don't look like you're over 25 years old.
She said, "Thank you."
But going
Tell her
in,
you 25 in a day.
so technically, with y'all actually giving people an opportunity to say, hey, this is what's happening. Because a lot of people think when you join the military, it's like joining the Girl Scouts and the Cub Scouts.
Yes, they do.
They don't know. They don't even know.
Over in different areas in them buildings in Washington D.C., they got buttons.
Mhm.
Them buttons dictate where we go.
Yeah.
Now, being a Marine, we belong to the president. So we have to be anywhere within 24 hours in the world. Okay? So a lot of the individuals coming in, they want to get away from home. They're trying to do something. They don't have no other choices. But they don't really get a chance to understand.
Right.
What y'all doing is giving them a stepping stone.
Yep.
Now, Rodney, we do have upcoming
recruiting events.
Yeah, next month.
So we do recruiting every month. We're doing recruiting every month through December, and then we're going to take a little break in January. We're going to extend for those that are interested. We're preparing for a spring line, So we'll probably start the spring line for those that are accepted the end of February. But we have a recruiting event actually next weekend, Saturday at Fort Belvoir. On November 11th, we have actually Veterans Day. We have an event at the Women's Memorial in Virginia. And then we're supporting the DC. We're supporting the military soldiers in DC have their holiday celebration. We're going to be there to support them from a community service perspective to do anything that they need help with. And then we're also looking to have a table set up to try to do some more recruiting. And then, like I said, we're going to stop our recruiting at the end of the year, give everybody a break, and then give us time to review, to do some meet and greets, review applications, do a selection of the next line, and then start preparing for that.
I can honestly say something else that I was really impressed with, because Dr. Conti she didn't tell me about your attire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I came downstairs and I saw y'all, I was like, whoa, this serious.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. So y'all representing me properly.
Oh, we serious.
Yeah, I already know. But I was like, yo, I mean, this is what I'm talking about, taking this real serious and, putting in. And I'm getting ready to mess with her again because the young lady over here. You already, you might well know. I'm gonna keep coming mess with you. So
come on, big sis.
At this point, I want to ask: is it a time limit? Say, like, if you come in, is it? Do you have to go up through a process? Do y'all have tiers or levels in which you are represented?
I mean, we have. You mean as far as goes for us and our rank?
Yes.
Well. Again, your rank is based on your position, like officers. Okay. So, like, I am the treasurer, so I have a rank. It's only officers,
right?
Like president, treasurer, secretary, yada yada, that have rank. Everybody else is just members.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And even I can step back and just be a member and lose my rank at some point.
Okay. So
but you're not.
Fret not, my dear. You're not.
And get my position back.
So again, this is the opportunity for individuals to come in and say, "Hey, I want to do. Excuse me. I want to be a treasurer or." So
it's a process.
You are.
I'm actually the chair for the fundraising events, and I do want to talk about our next fundraiser.
Go ahead.
Okay. We have a fundraiser coming up. We have 4 comedians, and one of our sorority sisters is one of the comedians.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah. Yes, and I brought this because I didn't know all the names by heart. We're going to have Caleb Wood. We're going to have Fisher Funny, and Mel B. She's our sorority sister. We call her. Come on.
Melissa?
Yeah. Silent Assassin.
That's her
sorority, Silent Assassin. And she's really funny. And then we have another female. Her name is S. Easley. Okay. And it's going to take place on October the 20th at the American Legion in Springfield, Virginia.
Okay. Is that an extra flyer?
Yes, you can have it.
Yes, because I want to be able to.
So with our fundraisers and the funds that we get, we actually use those funds to actually pour it into the community. Like when we have to do those the bags and stuff for the homeless, which is coming up. I'm going to let my big sister talk about that. So we do have that coming up in December, or is it November?
No, November.
It's going to come up in November. We're going to do bags. We're going to go out there on the bridge and pass the bags out. And so we don't have enough money. We actually use some of the money we get from what we do for fundraising.
So when y'all talk about passing out the bags, is this going to be bags of what? Clothing, food, or what?
Well, typically we gather things like socks, hand warmers, noodles, just various non-perishable food items, and put them in bags. And we go to the shelter on, what is that, D Street?
Yes,
D Street.
Some of the tent cities, and we pass it out. One year we was actually at Union Station.
When it was all out in that big circle.
Yes.
They ran them up out of there, though.
Yes, they did.
They ran them off of there.
And they've moved to under the bridges and things like that. But we definitely find as many homeless persons as we can, because we know that everybody here is just a few steps, if not one step away from being in that position.
Mhm.
And I would want somebody to support me too.
Yes.
If I were in that position, somebody to come pick me up. And so that's what we're about. We pick each other up, we pick up others.
That's something that a lot of people take for granted. We all think that, okay, we okay. I always tell people, never look down on a person that's down,
That's
because you don't know how they got there.
You don't know
That's right.
everybody's story.
Yeah,
Never
there you
know the
go.
story.
You don't know
And
everybody's
do
story.
you know the biggest thing? If you don't know their story, sometimes when you find out, you couldn't be in their shoes.
You
That's
could
right.
not.
Absolutely.
You could not.
You know, so we have a tendency to think, oh man, because a person, I'm talking alcoholics, or we got people out there that really, some of them, and I remember the one guy in Old Town Alexandria, he stayed on the corner on King Street, had long dreads. He was a military guy. I don't know if you remember him.
It's been a long time.
But I used to take pictures of him. I'm a professional photographer. I was taking pictures of him over 10 years. And this was so funny that they found him dead in the alley. Okay. So when they did the check on, come find out he had an apartment up on Route 1 and had a bank full of money. Now,
What?
yes.
Yes.
So, but this is mental health.
Mental health.
Okay.
I was getting ready to say depression.
Right. So this what really got me was, then I just realized how many people walked by him and thought that he was crazy or
That's
something.
right.
But they didn't realize the
He was a
dude.
superb millionaire.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
mental problems.
Now, you know, Rodney, what I do on my personal side, I use $50 of my own money a month, and I go get little gift cards, $5 gift cards from McDonald's.
Mhm.
So I give those out. I used to do the bags, like the Ziploc bags, and keep them in my car and just put them by the side. And when I just passed them out, I had water, granola bar, just little basic stuff, and just pass it to them. So I didn't think that people actually take these bags, but they did. They take them. So I said, well, I'm gonna do a little something different. So I started doing this for it's been about a year and a half now. I got the idea for someone I met, and I said, oh, I'm gonna do that. So now I use $50 and I get $5 little gift cards from
like that.
McDonald's, because
I
they
like
all
that.
stand in the same area. They're close by McDonald's. Yeah.
I'm gonna also take on to that too.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask this: how many of y'all been served overseas?
I have.
Okay, so you understand.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, when you step on that foreign soil,
Mm-hmm.
you can only imagine. I was in the infantry.
I was y'all probably leave me in 2003.
2000.
Yeah, I went as the first wave over to Iraq,
Okay,
and the Marines had to replace to bring us back home in 2000.
Yeah.
We stayed for about 2 years.
Okay, so 2001, 2002, I had an accident.
I was there in 2002.
Something exploded on me, so I was out of commission for close to a year.
I think I go back way to what Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
Yeah, I did that one too.
And it's just it's amazing when we go to these other countries what we see. I saw little kids who I remember going into a home where they had the rats up under the sink, right? But they eat them.
Ooh, that's their food.
Because that's all they had.
That's what they had.
Oh wow.
They were shish kebabbing monkeys and lizards and things of that nature. I ate a dog before by accident. A piece of a dog. I mean, you know. But these things here, people don't understand we deal with. But anybody who's been outside the country. Now, see, you got places where they eat dogs and cats and stuff like that. And it's like
normal.
regular
Normal.
going to get a
Normal
hamburger.
thing. Yes, normal.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are the things that I'm talking about when you come back here that you got to adjust to, that some people don't know, and that mess with you mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to be soft for you, but I always think, man, for the women, because y'all have that mother instinct in you. You have that instinct to protect, to, you know, I only can imagine what it's like when y'all come home. And then you looking at the people who take all of this for granted.
Yeah.
What do it do to you?
It's different. You feel different,
You
for
just feel
sure.
different.
And I remember when I left to go to Desert Shield, Desert Storm, my daughters were 5 and 6 years old. So I had to take them to Alabama to stay with my mom. And when I came back, it was different because of how when I left, we was one way. But when I came back, I was different.
You was different.
Yes.
And you lost time.
Yes. Oh, my
I
goodness.
was different. And
Yes.
so I had to try to figure out how to adjust to be that mom again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I went on like the alert in the mind, like, okay, I got to think about protection, you know, as every day when we left in those vehicles, taking that ammunition from one place to another, never know if you was going to make it back. So that was kind of hard,
that was scary.
I mean, I'm sitting here holding my emotions because some of these things that, you know, some of my family members, they don't understand. See, they thought they might look at it because it wasn't advertised on television or something like that. They don't know what I had to do and where.
That's right.
I mean, sleeping outside, and I'm talking about
using the bathroom outside.
Come on,
bathroom, digging holes,
stirring poop outside.
Come
you
on.
know what I'm saying? You gotta go burn it.
Guard duty,
Okay.
guard duty overnight. You don't know if the animal's gonna come out and get
Come
you.
on.
They don't.
Let me tell you, we
Laying in the dirt.
We doing something one time. So we was during the time when Reagan in office, they was doing a military testing. Our unit, 2nd Marine Division, 6 Marines, we were the test unit. Okay, so we was testing everything. So when you talk about that, let me tell you the reason why I didn't retire. On a training expedition outside the country, we training, and you know, when we out there doing the combat situation, they put the flare up, right? You know, you can't move.
Right, that's right.
I'm laying there with my M16 rifle, and it was some feces right there in front of me.
You couldn't move.
I could not move because they're watching. So at that time, and this is the God's honest truth, I said, Father God, if you just let me get past this one right here, when I get out of here, I'm going home.
I said, that's it, and I'm done.
I'm done.
But you know, the point that you're making, and I think all of us in experiences, and especially with you having to be overseas away from your child, people take their freedom for granted. You know, today, if you're sick and you don't want to go in, you just say, look, I'm not coming in. We couldn't do that.
Yes.
You had to go.
Yeah.
You were sick. You could have blood spurting out. You still had to go to sick call, sit there for hours. You had to prove it.
And then wrap you up and send you back. And they talk about light duty and put you back on duty.
And then come back. You got to come back the next day and do it again if you're not feeling good. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. They take that for granted. And when they come across military and they see the discipline that we have, they don't understand how many times did you want to say, you know what, screw this. I want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
I can't.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I used to say it all the time, and I still stayed for 28 years. And the reason I say it is because I thought about the soldiers who was in the field with me, because who was going to take care of them and look after them?
That's the mother instinct in you.
Yeah, so I stayed.
We got comments, ladies.
Yes. We have 2. Maya J. Reynolds.
That's my daughter.
Says, that's my mommy.
Thank you, baby. She supports me in everything. And, you know, I was going to make... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's one more. Valerie Jones.
That's our
Sigma
soror.
Pi Big 8 platform.
Yeah.
Philosophy, athletics, social awareness, scholastic achievement, community service, leadership, education, and friendship.
Go,
Val. That's our
soror. All right, Val.
That's our enormous heart.
She's our chair over our community services.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right. Y'all actually, I mean, Lily, y'all are an amazing group of women. I'm sitting here. I honestly, sometimes, you know, so I have to keep my composure. I kind of like, I'm feeling a little left out a little bit. So apologizing for, no, seriously, because, you know, this is not talking about what I went through and everything, but I can only imagine just when each one of y'all, and I listened to you and I saw and felt, and you when you said something that really touched me. Coming home, I didn't have nobody to help me.
Nobody.
I was waking up still. I did it for almost 2.5 years, waking up, running 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 miles until my knees would swell up. I was doing this because that's what I do.
That's your routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still do it even now when I go into a building. I make sure I'm checking every place.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I hear the sound. I want to know what it is. And now that I'm deaf in my right ear, I'm even more observant.
Very
so, you know, and I'm going to say this, and I hope my wife don't get mad at me because she, you know, I always say I say something crazy, whatever. But
she still love you though.
Right.
She do.
She's like, oh goodness, what's
But this was an incident that took place in the house. And my mother-in-law, God bless her soul, because I have nightmares, so I jump up out the bed running sometime, or I'm screaming, and my wife have to deal with that. And we moved into a house, and she had asked me to go get some water, and I went downstairs to get the water, and I went into the kitchen, and all the lights was off. And I don't want to remind her, but I just want them to understand how serious it is about being in the military.
Mhm.
You're always on
Alert.
Yeah.
So when I came out the kitchen, I didn't know that she came from downstairs.
Mhm.
Okay, and I responded in a way that I hurt her really bad, and I didn't mean to.
Right.
Mm.
I understand.
So, and I tell you, it bothers me because people don't understand.
Mhm.
Some people don't know, and I've been out a long time, and it's still in me.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
once
You don't forget
You
it.
don't forget
You
it.
don't forget it.
Don't forget it.
and I thought about that when you said you had to learn how to be a mom again.
All over
Mhm.
again.
Yep.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
it's
deep.
still something, you know, that we all got to not take for granted. So
Mhm.
again, I just really I'm sitting here so proud of all of you.
Thank you, Rodney.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You know, and y'all gave me some confidence.
Okay.
Because still, it's a lot of us that's out here. I've talked to you,
Mhm.
you've helped me, and we've talked to some things. And I'm just saying, it's never
We
over.
helped each other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's never over though.
Yep. It's never over.
Once we sign that contract,
You become a part of each other.
but I'm talking about even when we raise our right
right
hand
hand,
to
yeah.
protect this country. Because I'm gonna tell you,
It never leaves you.
let me. That's what I was going to ask you. Tell me right now, if they was to come and try to get busy in this country, would you step up?
I step
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
You right,
Absolutely.
right?
Step up.
Each
Yeah.
one of
Right,
us.
yes.
I'd be like,
Absolutely.
oh, what? What?
You got your guns.
Come on now.
It's just
It's
No,
in
It's
us.
in
It's
you.
just
It's
normal.
in you.
And people don't understand, you know, I mean, once, I don't know about with the Army, but once a Marine, always one.
Yeah.
once
Same
Army.
here.
My husband is
Yeah.
a Marine.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
30 years. He's
But you
been
know
30
that
years.
that same mentality about the Army, we take that with us. I know,
Take it
like
with
with
all the
me
time.
and my job,
Yeah.
my team, they're mine,
Yeah.
and you don't come for any of them. So it's like that same protective nature of our country. You take that with you. Those of us, you know, in with your life,
Mhm.
you know,
Well,
and just like you saying, Army, military, you know, Marine, Army, Air Force, for Sigma Phi Psi for life.
That's
how
right.
we
Sigma Phi
feel.
Psi.
you got
That's
right.
comment?
Yes. Gloria Lacey.
Oh, that's my sister.
She says,
Okay.
I am very proud of those ladies. Keep doing what you're doing. I am a veteran.
Oh.
All right,
Always
come
sis.
on, come on.
Okay.
And then we have A. Dove.
That's a
Looking-
soror.
That's my
A
line
soror.
sister. Soror sister.
Okay.
Alicia.
She says, looking
Alicia.
good, sorors. You are making us proud.
Oh,
All right, thank
thanks,
you.
Alicia. Go, Soror.
That's powerful, man. Again, ladies, y'all just don't understand. You know what y'all doing is really making a difference. You are giving everybody an opportunity to have someone to lean on.
Yeah.
Y'all should be very,
Thank
very
you.
proud of yourselves.
We are.
You know,
Thank you.
don't take this lightly.
Oh, no.
You
We
got
don't.
another.
No,
you
we
got
don't.
another.
We
We
don't.
don't.
You got another comment?
Nicole 007. She says, super proud of all you ladies. I constantly hear about all of the work that you all are doing. Being a military brat, it definitely has been a challenge over the years sharing your parents' mom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That sounds like my
Yeah,
daughter. Her
that
name
is
is
true.
Nicole.
She says, but first, you all have each other.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and unspoken understanding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
She's typing more.
Ooh.
That is true. You don't think about the children.
You don't think
Yeah.
about the kids.
You don't think about the children.
We have a set of friends. Go ahead. You.
She says, by the way, my mama is Angela.
Oh, okay.
That is your daughter.
That's my daughter.
And Stephanie G sends hearts.
Oh,
that's
our
that's
line
another
sister.
soror.
Soror sister
We
too.
have some associates that we deal with, and they are ex-military. One of them, she's a retired sergeant major. I
Okay.
believe. And let me tell you what they talk about is the children of the military.
Mm-hmm. They're
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
They're very important.
Yes, they are.
See, a lot of people just think about the individuals in the military, but what about the military family?
That's right, the
Exactly.
family
Yes.
And how are
matters.
they affected?
And,
Yes.
and another thing on that note, when you're raising your kids in the military, like most of us probably have some high school reunion that we can go to, right?
Mhm.
But when you're raising kids in the military,
They don't have
and
that.
say for instance they graduate in Germany
They can.
with military kids, when it
Mhm.
comes time for a 10-year class reunion, where are the kids at?
Mhm.
Where do they go for a reunion? You know, because most of those kids was military,
Mhm.
and some of the parents have retired. They relocated
Mhm.
someplace else. You know, just
How did
there's
they
no,
stay
you
connected?
know, the connection. You know, and now they all grown, and then they went separate ways. But my daughter had made a friend with a young lady in Germany when we were in Germany, and they were very young.
Mhm.
And so one day she decided, let me just look on Facebook and see if I can find her, because she remembered her name. And just so happened she found her, but she was in this area, which was ironic, because who would have ever thought that we would have been in
Mhm.
this area, you know? And so they did make a connection, but 9 times out of 10, it's kind of hard
Mhm.
raising kids in the military and expecting them to have some sense of normalcy.
Yeah.
You know, when they grow up,
Mhm.
if you're not at a stable
That's
place,
right.
you know,
Exactly,
stable
yes.
place, a stable place.
Yes.
So that's hard too. So not only is the parents in the military, the kids are in the military too.
Yeah, they
Come
are.
on.
The
Come
kids are in the military.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
And
now
there's-
their life got to adjust to what you. Oh, we're going to Germany next week, and now oh, I just made friends with
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dr. Conti's daughter, and now we're
You gotta pull
leaving.
off.
Yeah.
Now
2-3
we got to
weeks,
go
2
to
months, you gotta go
Timbuktu. You know what I'm
somewhere.
saying? So that affects them mentally,
Yes.
emotionally.
Mhm.
So all those
'Cause they
things
don't
that
have
we don't take in consideration. We just know that, hey, we got our duffel bag and we going
And
on.
we got
Right.
the
You
job
know,
to
and
do.
come on, you're gonna go where I say you're gonna go.
Yeah.
And it
So
doesn't
it's
give them
hard.
stability.
And
That,
right.
that,
It doesn't give them
I'm
stability.
glad you said that, and I got to remember because I have some individuals who I network with, and that's what they focus on. I got to get them back on the program
Mhm.
to talk about that because that's so
It
important.
is important.
Mhm.
We have the children that are affected in so many ways, but again, you know, we have an obligation, and we have this. We got the blinders on when they say move, we move.
We move.
We move.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the children is probably saying, "Oh Lord,
Here we go again."
There we go again.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know, I was actually blessed that I was able to lead my children. I was a single parent,
Mhm.
and my daughter, that's what was on there. So she was actually, and I have a son,
Mhm.
and they was actually, I was blessed, and I had to pull them around every time I left. I
Yeah.
was in pull them and pull them every time I had to move. I had to move.
Right.
So they was actually supported with my brother, my mother, God bless her, so she's no longer here, and my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
So that's why I was so dedicated until the day they died. I was able to retire and take care of all of my ancestors, all of my aunts and uncles today, you know, because they supported me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
With
you had
my
a good
children,
support system, and that's
you know,
important.
and they stayed in, you know, it was in a comfort zone. So I feel for those children.
Mhm.
They don't have that stability. They have to get up and move because there's a lot of them out there.
So I know we still got about 7-8 minutes, but again, so anybody that's out there that wanted to get in touch with you, again, let's give them some information. How would they go about? I mean, is it a website?
We have a website.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's the
well-
website?
What's the website?
SigmaPhiSci.org.
Said once again, there's some slow people. You know, some of us over 50. I'm sorry.
SigmaPhiSci.org.
Okay, and the number again, if this number, if they wanted to join the organization,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So we don't need nobody out there calling crazy, whatever. Because guess what? These are military ladies.
Don't
They
call me
will
with-
find you.
Yeah, don't call me with no foolishness.
Come
Don't
on,
call
I'm
me
trying to
with no-
tell you. Hey, so if they was interested in joining,
Yes, so if you're interested in becoming a member, you can contact me. My name is Dr. Elisa M. Reynolds, and my number is 240-338-1269. Again, it's 240-338-1269. And if you text me, I will get in touch with you. I do have a membership email, and I'll send that out to you. Send all the information out to you.
And this is for individuals who are
Want to join?
Veterans,
Military.
military, born a woman, military veterans, active duty, retirees, with an honorable discharge.
And
There
it's
you go.
and
I'm
it's
glad
every
that-
branch.
Say
Every
that again.
branch.
The honorable discharge.
Honorable discharge.
Okay. Now, what about the ones who have dishonorable bad conduct? Now, because I got a military friend of mine who we're like this. I served overseas with. He ended up getting a bad conduct discharge over some nonsense.
Mhm.
So if they came to you and they was able to clarify themselves, would that be something that y'all would look at? Just curious.
Long as it turn it from to honorable discharge, and they do have a process for that. That they clear them and they go to honorable from the misconduct.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but for us,
Sometimes, those type of processes
Yes.
take a while.
Yeah.
And that's the point of having the board of directors, which
Yes.
I'm the chair for, because we are able to address new concerns, right?
Right.
So if there's someone in particular that has that issue, we're able to get with the national officers and
Right.
be able to discuss those things and then vote with the governing body or even the entire sorority to see if this is something that we want to do. So when they submit their packet and we review that, we really address it on a case by case basis.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. The only
Very
reason
well
why,
said.
because there's many of us sometimes in situations that we really shouldn't been in.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
There's a lot of
so
out
we
there.
just need that
There's
second
more to the
chance,
story.
just more to the story.
right.
So for anybody out there, y'all heard what they said. Now, if you stole an M16 or something, don't
Yeah,
call.
don't call.
I'm trying to tell you right now. You
Lose
get
my
me.
number. Lose my number. Lose my number.
we ain't support no criminals.
We're not about that life.
So each one of y'all, we got a couple of minutes. I want you to take a couple of minutes to say what you want to say to the audience, and we're gonna go around and we're gonna get ready to shut it down.
I like to say the Sigma Phi Psi is a sorority like no other. We welcome all female veterans. We have a sisterhood that is forever. Sigma Phi Psi for life, just like Elisa said. Please come join us if you're a veteran, if you're interested in having a sisterhood. We have a chapter in many different locations, and we're looking to expand and have even more. Just get with us either through our website or through calling Elisa. Do not hit her up for anything other than the sorority situation, but we are glad to have you.
I want to say that we are truly beacons because that is part of our mission. And if you don't want to text her, there's another option. You can go to Facebook. We have Sigma Phi Psi Beta Epsilon, and you can reach out to us through that. And then you can also see some of the work that we've done because we do be in the community, and we do have a trunk or treat coming up at the end of this month, and we also have the
Comedy show.
Yeah, the comedy show. We have the giveaway for the homeless, and then in December we are partner with the DC Armory to help pass out toys to the soldiers' children's.
And if you ever see this logo, this is our logo right here. We Sigma Phi Psi, our colors red, white, and blue. Military sorority for all veterans, as they said earlier. And this is our eagle, which is for freedom. And that's what we are. We're for the freedom.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to say, being in Sigma Phi Psi has been both rewarding and it's just been one of the best choices that I could have ever made as a military personnel retired. So we look forward to welcoming every veteran that's out there looking for a sister to be your sister. That's us.
Yes, us.
That's us. Red, white, and blue. Let's give our sign, y'all.
No, I'm not done yet. I mean, can I talk?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll just sit over here.
Go ahead.
And her store name is Boss Lady.
Yes, she's boss lady. That's why we stop.
I think all of my sorors captured it, but there's another thing that I do love about my sorority is that we each have something within us that we give back. So it's not just about the community and what we're giving out. We feed into each other, as I said earlier. Angela, she's a new soror, and I do want to and have to give her kudos because she brought us here. And when I say this woman moves, she moves. She calls me every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Elisa, look, I got this. Elisa, I got some more potentials. Angela she doesn't stop. We got to reel her in sometimes. Yeah. But all of us give back to this work because it does. Like you said, we don't take this light. We take this seriously. We did not join for nothing. I personally got it. My sorority is tattooed on my arm. That's how serious I am. It's Sigma Phi Psi for life. So we definitely welcome you. We are going to be doing big and great things. And if you want to be a part of that, come join us. We are the first sorority. Please don't ever forget that. And we are going to be your last sorority. So come join us. You have my number. Give me a call, not for the foolishness, but give me a call and we will get you set up. And as my big sister said, we're also on Facebook, and we do have our website. So if you prefer to go that route, the information will still get back to me so that you can get the information to see what it's like to join, go through, and become a Sigma Phi Psi.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Okay, let's see that sign. What's that sign she was giving?
Right over left.
Red,
right over
left.
This is the eagle.
This is the eagle.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Is this what
what we got? We got another comment real quick. What is it?
Why do you want to do something for you too?
Right. Okay.
Coltrane.
Oh, that's a friend of mine.
Kudos to Dr. Conti, always available to help share and uplift others around her.
Thank you, Minister Contrain. Thank you.
Well, again, like I said, this was an opportunity that I do not take lightly. Your logo will be on all the flyers that we do when we're promoting. You are welcome here. This is another part of your sorority right here.
Thank you.
I tell you that Dr. Conti, she already know.
We will be back.
Oh, for sure.
We want to do something.
Before we sign off, I'd just like to say, we thank you for inviting Sigma today. And so, as you know, in the military, our tradition is to always give a coin, right?
Yeah.
So we want to present this token to you today. And it's our coin with our logo on it.
Oh, my goodness.
And we have one for you, too, the wife.
So I'll take hers, too, and we're going to say, I appreciate this. I do not take this lightly. This is an honor. I just want people to know that, we take everything we do serious, but we put God first.
Yes, we do.
And we definitely make sure that God is in control.
That's
and
right.
Guess what? It's not just about me. It ain't just about you, but for real, it's all about us. And God we trust.
That's
I'm
right.
trying to
Amen.
people to people, power to power, positive to people. Amazing. Positive thinking people. PTP. Positive thinking people. PTP. This was good. I really enjoyed this. So y'all know y'all gonna have to come back.
Oh, we're coming back.
We're coming back.
We're gonna come back till you get sick of us.
What I said, be prepared to be sick of us. Right. Sick of us.
I won't believe it. This is so.
You're gonna have to have more chairs the next time.
Well, guess what? That's what it's all about. Expanding. So I'm just excited y'all came out.
Thank you
for having us. We appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.